over the past, it seems like forever now, probably 2 months or so since the economy started to shift. We've been kind of changing the way we not only set up our stores, but the way we are getting traffic, the way we're optimizing, the way we are rearranging things. So, what I wanted to do is just take some time, hop on here, and be able to share some of those strategies with you. So, what I did is actually put together a presentation inside of Google Slides. So, a little bit different than the normal live streams that I've been hosting, where I've just been doing like an open Q&A. So, what I'm going to do is walk through this entire slide deck that I put together. I'm going to share these strategies with you. And then at the end, I'm going to take any questions. So as I'm going through this, if there's anything that maybe you need clarification on or just anything you want to know, feel free to ask that question. And then at the end, I'm going to go through them and get through as many as I can. So really not sure how long this is going to take. I haven't done this before. I created this for you. So maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. So plan for that if you are tuning in. So let me go ahead and switch screens now. Again, this is a little bit different because we have the slide deck, and now you should be seeing that. So again, the name of this presentation, guys, that I put together is called 3 Strategies to Increase Sales and Get Money Now. Now, this is presented, even though it's on our Dropship Lifestyle page, by E-commerce Lifestyle. So I've been trying to be more clear on the differences between e-commerce lifestyle and dropship lifestyle on my podcast. But for everybody here that's like, well, what's the difference? Let's just get that out of the way. First off, with Dropship Lifestyle, that's my company that is designed to help people create highly profitable, semi-automated online stores, really from nothing. So just getting started, it takes you from basically 0 to 1. It grows you from not even knowing what you're doing to having your store with suppliers, with traffic, with automations. Now, e-commerce lifestyle is a bit newer, probably about 2 years old now. And with e-commerce lifestyle, the goal of all of the trainings and masterminds and different products we have there is to help existing store owners or existing online sellers to increase their revenue, automate their operations, and become the authority in their niche. So not just limited to drop shipping, and really for people that already have those stores set up. So I will say now at the end of this presentation, I'll tell you more about our newest course from e-commerce lifestyle. So we'll go through that at the end of this, but just be aware. With that being said, for anybody that's here that doesn't know either of these companies yet or know me, really quick intro. My name is Anton Kraly. That's a photo of me on the screen plus a video of me. Actually, let me cut the video now to make sure we have the enough bandwidth for the whole slide deck. But yeah, my name is Anton Kraly. Best known for creating Dropship Lifestyle. That's my online coaching program that was voted best e-commerce course by Shopify. We have over 10,000 students in that program from over 50 different countries, which is awesome. Super proud of that. But what is kind of more relevant to everybody here right now, and what most people don't know, is I actually built my first e-commerce store back in 2007. So I've been doing this for a while, but the economy collapsed in 2008, right? For everybody that's old enough and been around long enough to remember that, yeah, things weren't too good when the real estate bubble popped and everybody was out of work, and yeah, there was not much money. But even with all that being said, I was still able to create a multi-million-dollar a year business by 2009, even in a down economy. And that's why I'm confident saying on this presentation and sharing these things with you to let you know that even though the economy is definitely down, right? It might be temporary, but it is. Your sales don't have to be, okay? Again, I've been through this before. I kind of know how to manage this, and we're managing it now. So I'm going to share with you 3 different strategies that are currently working. Now, these 3 strategies are designed to increase your sales and help you get money now. And that might sound tacky, but I know for us, that's what we want, right? We want to make sure that revenue and profits stay up. So whatever, so be it. So the first strategy that I'm going to share with you today is what I call building audiences. And this brings your ad costs down and gets your conversions up. After that, the second strategy I'm going to be sharing with you is store optimization. And what this is going to do is turn more visitors to your store into buyers. And then finally, the third strategy I'm going to share with you is all about paid traffic. And I'm a huge fan of paid traffic. And what this allows us to do is scale up sales fast, right? No waiting for people to come. Instead, we are deciding when they come by paying for it. Now, before we get into this, let me just ask because I usually I don't think I've ever done a presentation like this as a live stream, so I'm not really sure who's tuned in right now. Everybody that's here, thank you for being here. But let me know, guys, if you currently sell products online, do me a favor and just type number 1 in the chat. And if you're watching this right now and you do not sell products yet, please just give me a number 2 in the chat. And I know I have like a 30-second delay, so I'm going to pull it up on my screen. We'll wait a little bit so I can start to see responses come in. But again, if you currently sell products, please give me a number 1. If you do not, please give me a number 2. And that'll help me just get an idea of where everybody's at. And while you're doing that, while you're responding, I'll also just say that even though this presentation is definitely designed for people that already have something for sale, again, that's everything with e-commerce lifestyle. You could still hang out, obviously. I'm not saying you shouldn't be here, but what I'm going to share, it's not about, again, how to go from 0 to 1. That's what we teach at Dropship Lifestyle. This is about how to grow what's already established with this down economy. So let me see. On Facebook, I see Wayne said 2. Susan said 2. Damien said 2. On YouTube, we have Dr. Renee said 1. Ina said 1. Jacob said 2. Eduardo said 1. Eong said 2. Marcin said 2. Benjamin said 1. Ifunaya, sorry if I butchered that, said 2. Free the World said 2. Okay, so Aaron's 1. So kind of all over the place. It's a mix, but all right. Either way, again, I'm not saying you shouldn't be here. I'm just saying that what I'm going to share is going to be much more helpful for those that already have stores, because this is about how to build. If you don't have a store yet, I'll post a link later to a free training I have about starting, and that should help you too. So let's get into the first strategy that I want to share with you today. Let me get my mouse over here. And that strategy is called building audiences. Okay. So what is the current problem right now with e-commerce and really online sales in general? Well, if you see the article on the right of my screen right now, this is from April 23rd. What's today? May 13th. So 3 weeks ago. And even in this article, it was showing how 26 million jobs were lost in the States in just 5 weeks. I think now we're at like 33 million or something. So what are the problems that this is causing to online sellers? Well, the first is that there are now more window shoppers than ever before. The second is that people are hesitant to spend money. And the other thing that's not a problem, but it's something that you need to know how to deal with, is that many of these window shoppers, if you want to call them that are visiting the websites now and not buying, they will purchase, but they're not going to purchase until life returns to normal for them. There's a lot of people that haven't been that greatly affected by this financially. But again, there's at least 33 million now that have. So people are coming to the websites, but conversion rates are down. So what do we do about that? And how do we not lose out on this traffic, right? How do we stay profitable for the long term and still get money now? Well, we do that by building audiences. So the solutions here is to capture data to create as many remarketing audiences as you can. Now, if you already do a lot of remarketing, just let me know in the comments. Just type remarketing, and I will talk about the ways that we do it. But we are going to focus on 2 major things here. The first is email addresses, and the second is pixel tracking. So when I am talking about email addresses, what I'm talking about is literally collecting emails whenever you can on your store. Because like I said, people will be able to buy later. Maybe they're currently furloughed. Maybe their business is down and they're a business owner. Maybe they work in a job that they can only go into when it's actually open and they can't work remote. So they might be looking now for things they were planning on buying, but not ready to pull the trigger this second. So what you should always do, but especially now if you haven't done it yet, is start collecting more email leads. So some quick things you can implement literally today if you're not already doing so to collect more emails. The first is to be sure you have your abandoned cart campaigns set up. So if somebody starts buying from your store and then leaves, you can capture their email, you can follow up. The next thing that, again, you should always be doing, but if you're not, now's a good time to start, is using what are known as exit intent overlays on your store. And what that is what you see in the image on the screen. If somebody's on your site, they start to move their mouse up to X out, you have an overlay cover the screen that offers them something, maybe a discount code, maybe a chance to win something, maybe a free shipping code. And when they enter it, then you can go ahead and follow up with them. Another thing that you can be doing and should be doing right now is using what are known as lead magnets to collect more leads. So you can be giving away things like buyer's guides or different reports on whatever industry you're in. These can be simple PDF downloads, but you should start doing this now because, again, the name of the game is to build these audiences. And right now, specifically, I'm talking about these email audiences. Another thing that works really well is product giveaways. So you see all the time on e-commerce stores in their footer menus or sometimes in their sidebars, it says, enter your email to join our mailing list. And I'll tell you, because we've done that. Most people don't enter their email because why do they want to join a newsletter or a mailing list for an e-commerce store, right? So instead, consider changing that section on your store to say something like enter your email to potentially win a free whatever product it is that you have. And then do a product giveaway every month, email the people that win, but email the whole list so they don't forget about you. Another thing, discount codes. You can be giving those away so that people are actively opting in to receive some type of promotion. You can then follow up via email. And then finally, spin to win. You've probably seen this before if you use Shopify, but it's kind of gamifying email opt-ins. So if you're not familiar with that or any of these things, my advice is use a tool called Klaviyo. That is what we use for our Shopify email marketing. That's what we use to build these audiences within our email lists. It is paid, but there is a free plan to start. So definitely just, if you're using Shopify, you're not using Klaviyo yet, go to the App Store, search for Klaviyo, sign up for free. And I think it's free until you have like 500 email addresses on your email list. So what's the next thing you should be doing right now to build audiences? You need to install remarketing code across your stores or your online properties that sell. If you're not doing that yet, again, this is something you should always have. But if for any reason you haven't done it on Facebook or for Google, do that right now. After this presentation ends, go set it up. I'll show you how. But what this allows you to do is follow up with website visitors via paid ads so that they can choose you when they're ready to buy. Like I mentioned, there are a ton of window shoppers right now that will buy when their life gets back to normal. So now is the time to be able to get them and then remind them of you for the coming weeks and months. And we'll talk about how to do that a little bit later on. But the two main pixels that every single e-commerce store should have on them are the Google remarketing tag and the Facebook pixel, just the Facebook tracking pixel. So if you are using Shopify, again, I'm assuming most people watching this are. If you're using Shopify, please type Shopify in the comments. And if you're using a different platform, I'm actually curious what you're using. So you could just type in what other e-commerce platform you might be on, whether it be, WooCommerce, Volusion, BigCommerce, Magento, ClickFunnels, and any of them. But what you want to do is get both of these. And it's important when I say Google remarketing tag, I'm not talking about Google Analytics. You should have Google Analytics too, but you need the Google remarketing tag so that you can show remarketing ads across all properties that have Google AdSense on them. Again, if that's confusing for anybody, like I mentioned in the beginning of this is for people that are already set up that are currently selling online. Now, once you have those tracking codes on your website, what you want to do is actually make some very specific audiences that you can remarket to. So this is what it looks like inside of your Facebook Business Manager account. They change it all the time, but I took this screenshot this morning, so this is most recent. But what you want to do is go into Facebook Business Manager, so business.facebook.com. Click that weird looking thing on the top left with the 9 dots. It'll open up this drop down. And under advertise, it says audiences. So you want to click that. That's where you can manage your existing audiences. And that's also where you can create new audiences. And I'll show you which ones to create in just a moment. Now, when you are in your Facebook account, your Google account, that Google Ads used to be called Google AdWords, just go there. And then when you click Tools and Settings, that's on the top right. You can see from the screenshot on the screen right now. Click that. And then under Shared Library, you're going to see this this top link under shared library that says audience manager. When you click that, same thing, you can manage audiences you've already created, or you can create new audiences. And just so everybody's on the same page, what an audience is basically a segment of people. So it could be a segment, like I'll get into the exact examples that we create, that you should create too, but that's what it is. It's a segment of people that took a specific action. And let me see here. I'm curious where everybody is currently selling. So Mark is on WooCommerce. Andy is on the Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Marcin is on WooCommerce. Benjamin is on WooCommerce. Eduardo is on Shopify and eBay. Balboa is on Shopify. Marshawn is on Shopify. Jacob's on Shopify. So yeah, we're all over the place. But either way, it's not platform specific to use Facebook or Google. So you're still fine. Just easier with Shopify. So that's why I recommend it. So when you are making these audiences though, again, let me show this last one more time, whether it's in Facebook or in Google, these are the audiences that I recommend everybody create right now. So on the left, we have the Facebook audiences. On the right, we have Google. And this is what I mean when I say that they are segments of people. So when you are on Facebook and you go to that audience manager, you're going to click create an audience, and it's going to say, what do you want to, I think, how do they word it? Like, how do you want to populate this audience? And you have the option of uploading an email list, and all those emails will be matched to Facebook users, and that could be your audience. Or it could be by using the pixel data from the pixel that you installed on your store. So what you want to do in Facebook for the first one, website visitors 180 days, is choose the audience source as your Facebook pixel. And you literally type in where it says how many days, 180. And this will be an audience of everybody that's visited your website in the past 180 days. Now, what's cool on Facebook is you can also create what are known as engagement audiences. And these are extremely profitable. So do this if you're selling online and using Facebook at all. When you do this, same thing, you go to your audience manager in Facebook, you turn on, you go to audiences, you choose the audience source as engagement, and then you can literally click your Facebook page. And what Facebook is going to do is make an audience of everybody that's engaged with your Facebook page in the past 180 days or however many days you set it for. What that means is if somebody commented on one of your posts or liked your page or shared something with one of their friends or just even, did a smiley face on one of your posts, they're going to be in that engagement audience, so you can start remarketing to them. What's cool about everything we've talked about up to this point though, is that all you have to do is set these up. So at this point, you haven't spent $1 yet. You're just having these audiences be built in the background. Same thing, since Facebook owns Instagram, when you're using the audience manager in Facebook, you're setting up an Instagram audience. You can do Instagram engagement 180 days, and that will be everybody that's liked your Instagram page or liked one of your posts or commented on it or shared it. That'll be another group that you can remarket to, another audience. There's also 2 more Facebook audiences that I recommend you create. One is purchased 180 days, and the other is purchased 7 days. So that's exactly what it sounds like. When did people buy from you? Now on Google, the audiences that you want to create are website visitors for 180 days. That's basically same thing, just on Google, so you can remarket to them across Google properties. You also want to create an audience of people that have viewed any of your YouTube videos for the past 180 days. That's if you have a YouTube channel, of course. And then just like with Facebook, you want to create an audience of people that have purchased from you in the past 180 and people that have purchased from you in the past 7 days. And the reason we're making all of these audiences at this point, again, is so we can use them later and actually show ads to them and do it in a very profitable way. Because remember, all of these people that are visiting our stores now, the leads are coming in cheaper, but the conversions are down. So we want these audiences being populated in the background. So when it comes time to promote heavy, we have people that are ready to buy. And we will get to that in strategy 3, exactly how to do that. But the next thing I want to talk about, we'll hop right into it, is strategy number 2, which is store optimization. Now, I will say in this strategy, I'm talking about some specific apps and tools that we use and that you can use on Shopify specifically. But again, no matter what platform you use, there's, I'm sure, a tool or a hack or a solution, but everything that we do is on Shopify. So yeah, sorry. The problems right now, right? with your online store, especially if you're following our business model, is that best sellers may be out of stock. Okay. Again, some different suppliers have had problems getting inventory because different warehouses and different factories in China were closed, obviously due to COVID. They're open now, which is a good thing, but there's still a lag for some suppliers. Another problem is that shipping dates can be delayed. Same thing, products are slow, some warehouses are closed, and then finally customers are hesitant to spend like we talked about earlier. But what I want to talk about here is how to actually optimize your store to get them to buy now. Remember, this is about getting money now as well as setting yourself up for an amazing few months coming soon. So the solutions for this first are recommending similar products. We'll talk about that in detail. The next is restructuring your homepage and your collection pages. Then we need to inform website visitors of shipping dates. And finally, we need to be promoting financing. Again, people are scared for the future. People might be furloughed or laid off or just unsure if their company is going to last. So promoting financing is a great way to have our visitors feel more comfortable buying sooner rather than later. So what are some of the ways that we can recommend similar products? And what do I mean by that? Well, when products are out of stock and they have no ETA, right? What you want to do is recommend similar products on those product pages. Because again, if you have a store, it's been up, it's been getting traffic, it's been getting sales, even if you turned off your ads for your products, you're still going to get traffic. So what you want to do on those product pages is give your website visitors other options. Direct them to something else that, if they're not willing to wait, would make sense for them now. So the screenshot that you're seeing right now is from an app called Product Compare. I actually don't use that one. We do this all with custom coding, but it's an option if you wanted to use it. There's tons of other apps in the App Store too. But what you'd want to do is on your product page for the product out of stock, you simply have the ETA when it would ship again, but then you recommend the products that are most similar that are ready to ship now. What that'll do is allow you to get the people that are willing to wait to pre-order, but also allow you to give options to the people that need something now for whatever reason that may be. Now, the next thing you want to do is restructure your homepage and your collection pages. This is super important, especially for everybody that has a big product catalog and for everybody that is drop shipping. Because when products are just out of stock, and again, if they don't have a clear ETA, you need to take them away from where people's eyes are automatically going on your store. So that could be on your homepage with the products that you have featured. That could be in your staff picks page like you see on the screen right now. That could be in your collection pages or your best sellers, wherever you may have these products. If they're not currently available, do not show them off. You want to hide them, or you want to just move them down the list. So for example, if the photo you're looking at or the screenshot is of a dropship lifestyle demo store, but if this was an actual store and those top 3 products were currently back ordered for the next month, well, guess what? I would say, hey staff, we need some new staff picks that are in stock now. And I know that sounds simple, but a lot of people don't make these changes, and it's wasted traffic, and it's literally leaving money on the table and having people leave because they might not be willing to wait. Now, the next thing you want to do when it comes to store optimization is inform website visitors of shipping dates. So, like I mentioned, people are hesitant to order because they do not know when they will receive their orders. And I've been through this myself, right? I buy a bunch of stuff online, and every time now before I place an order, I triple check to make sure it's going to be shipping when it says it's going to be shipping. If there's not a shipping date, I try to either do a live chat or just find that information somewhere. And it's because, everybody, I'm speaking specifically for the States, but worldwide, people are aware that for a lot of businesses, it's not business as usual. So what we found early on during this whole COVID thing is we need to be proactive And instead of having people ask us like, oh, is this item still shipping on time? Just tell them on that product page, right? Increase the conversion rate by reducing the amount of questions that people have to ask us. Because the more hoops that people have to jump through before ordering, the lower your conversion rate's going to be. So the way that we do this, hopefully you can see this on the screen right now. It looks pretty tiny in my preview, but hopefully you could see it okay, is we have the estimated arrival date on our product pages that the customer sees. And these are updated in real time. And they're updated through a custom script that we wrote for Shopify that just does this automatically. But what's good about this is instead of just saying like estimated ship date or, this item is in stock, now the website visitor can actually see the estimated window of when the product will be delivered to their home. So highly recommend adding something like this to your store. Again, regardless of what it is you're selling. And I also recommend adding like an extra note, going a step further and letting people know that, yes, this is still true even during COVID-19. Like these products are still shipping on time. Estimated arrival date is between whatever that automatic window is. And does that make sense, everybody? Let me know if that makes sense and you see why we should be doing that. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, again, the reason I actually even thought to do this is because I was ordering some outdoor furniture for my house, for our backyard. And like, it was right away, my wife was like, oh, should we order this? And I was like, I don't know. Like there was no shipping information on the page. It just said in stock. And whenever I notice things like that in like my personal life, like things that make me hesitant or things that make me, question a buying process, like right away, I'm like, okay, how can I implement that in our businesses today? And that's what we got there from a takeaway. Okay, cool. Let me hop back in here to the slides. And what I wanted to do is give another recommendation for people that don't use Shopify or from people that don't want to hire a developer or do any custom coding. So there's different apps you can use that are basically like these sticky header bars. So these things that stay pinned to the top of your store or whatever website you have. And as people scroll through it, they just stick to the top. So we usually have these like running at all times, just showing off, save 10%, save 5%, get free shipping, some kind of offer. But if you want to be able to show shipping dates, because again, I think that's most important right now, then you can use one of these. And if you use this one on Shopify, it's called Quick Announcement Bar. And what company makes this? Hextom, Hextom. If you use this one, what's cool about it is, let me go back to this image. You can control what header bar, like what sticky, like it's not a menu, but what sticky bar is on different pages. And you can control it based on the collection or the vendor in your store. So let's just say you sell for 10 different suppliers and 8 of them are open and orders are shipping same day and 2 of them are closed for a month. Then you can set the rules for your bar for the 8 suppliers where the products are in stock to say, like this product is still shipping within 24 hours, like, or COVID update, this product is still shipping within 24 hours. And then for the 2 where the products are in warehouses that might be closed, they could say COVID update, this product is currently, like shipments are delayed up until whatever, June 1st or whatever the date is. But again, we don't do it this way ourselves, but if you don't want to do any coding or hire a developer, then that's a very simple way to do it. And that's what I would do if I didn't have a developer. Okay. The next thing that is super important to do right now is to inform website visitors of shipping dates, even after they order. So like I mentioned, you do want to have on all of your product pages the information about when products ship, ideally also when they'll arrive. But just because you have that doesn't mean that people read it. So what you can do, which is pretty simple to set up, is use a tool called Zapier. I love this tool. We max out our accounts with the amount of Zaps we use every month because just make so many of them. But basically what it allows you to do is create different automations for pretty much any software tool you use. So the one that I would recommend you have set up here is every time a new order is paid for in Shopify, you can use this tool called Zapier to check if the products were from a vendor where the shipment is delayed. And if that's true, you can just have a rule set up inside of Zapier to send an email to that customer just to confirm, hi, use what's called a merge field to show the customer's name. This product is from blah, blah, blah supplier, and the estimated shipping date is June 1st, 2020. Just wanted to confirm you're okay waiting, right? Whatever it is. And then they get that email automatically. Boom, you don't have to worry about it. And now you've given the customer 2 notifications about that. And the reason you want to do that is because, not only are we trying to make more money now, but obviously we're trying to make sure all our customers are happy, and we're trying to make sure that it really is business as usual. With that being said, I see we have some more people just hopped on the Facebook call. If you have any questions, I'll just do a quick recap. Any questions as I'm going through this, feel free to ask them. And then what I'm going to do at the end is just take time and hopefully provide answers to anything that you might be struggling with or need help with. But with that being said, let's move right into the next store optimization that everybody should be doing right now, and that is promoting financing. This allows customers to buy what they want now and not have to worry about using their cash while we're still in lockdown. This is so important and it's so worth doing. The first thing I'll say before I show you how we do this is that when you're accepting financing, the way I'm going to show you how, you still get your money right away. To you, it's the same as if a customer used a credit card or a debit card. What you're doing is working with third-party companies who actually provide the financing. So if a customer finances $1,000 surfboard from your surfboard store, you get $1,000 right away, and then the customer pays the financing company that $1,000 back, okay? And the way that we do this is by using apps that show on our product pages, the ones that we choose to show them on, that look just like this. In this example, you see it says blue t-shirt, $150. And then under that, you see it says $38 every 2 weeks, no fees, pay later in 4 parts with Klarna. So I recommend doing this, again, especially on your expensive products. So we actually use 2 different methods for customers to pay with financing. One of them is Klarna. The other is PayPal Credit. What I like about both of them is when they provide financing, they don't have any interest unless the customer doesn't pay it off in the agreed time frame. And with PayPal Credit, it's actually up to 6 months of 0 free interest with 0 payments. So especially if you're selling, expensive products, somebody could buy from your store like a $3,000 item. They can pay with PayPal Credit. They could pay it off in 5 months and 29 days and just make 1 payment then and still have 0 interest. So for all those people that are, thinking right now, I don't know if I should buy, this is a great way to turn those window shoppers into customers. If that makes sense, guys, let me know. And also, if you are getting value from this, please do me a favor, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, give the video a like or a thumbs up or whatever you call it. I want to make sure that this video gets shown to more people because, again, this is about increasing sales now and hopefully getting more revenue and profit into your business in the short term. So if you're getting value, please do hit that like button. I really appreciate it, and it definitely helps out the company. Now, with that being said, guys, let's get into strategy number 3, and this is paid traffic. Okay, so with paid traffic, what is the problem, I should say? Well, if you look at the screenshot on the right, this is from Forbes, and this was from March 25th. So what was that? Wow, that's what I'm saying. This has been going on for a long time, right? This whole lockdown thing, in one sense, on one hand, it's flying by, and on the other, it's just unfortunately seem to be getting used to it. But this data is, I think, even more true now than when this article was written. But this whole COVID thing actually increased internet usage by just a huge magnitude. So what does it say here? Internet use up 70%, streaming more than 12. So what happened is basically people weren't allowed to go to work anymore, or they were working remote, and they have a lot more time to kill. What are they doing with that time? They are going online. They are going to, mostly honestly, Facebook and YouTube. That's where we've seen the biggest increases in results from our marketing. But basically, there's just a lot more people online. So to give you an idea of kind of what we're seeing right now, our CPMs, and what that means is cost per reaching 1,000 people with an ad. That's down 35% across the board. It's actually down even a little bit more now, but it's down over 35% across the board. On Facebook, our cost per lead is down 15%. And on Google, our cost per lead is actually down over 20%. And what that means is we're spending the same amount of money on ads, but we're getting a lot more traffic and we're getting a lot more leads into our businesses. So, you might hear that and think like, that's amazing. Like you're probably having your best months ever. And while sales are really good, like I mentioned earlier, conversions are down. So the main number I care about, return on ad spend, is still about even, which I'm fine with, because we're able to generate, again, the same amount of money, but we're also bringing all these extra leads into our business that we can remarket to be able to turn into sales, again, as people get more comfortable and spending money online. But what I want everybody right now to know that's watching this, whether you already are selling stuff online or you're thinking about starting and don't know if it's the right time because the economy, if you've never done paid traffic before, or even if you've dabbled with it, right now in what's today? What is it? May 13th? I don't even know. I think I said March before. May 13th, 2020. It's literally easier to make paid traffic profitable than it has been in probably the last 3 or 4 years because costs are dramatically down. Again, quick recap, why are costs down? One is there are a lot more people that are online. And the other is that because so many local businesses are closed, they simply aren't paying to advertise. So we have more availability in ad space and we have less competition. So that's why. What are the solutions, right? How do we make sure we can actually scale paid traffic profitably though during this whole lockdown? The first thing we can do is, this should sound obvious, but I'll show you how we do it, is cut ad spend for out of stock products. The second thing that you should definitely be doing is investing in remarketing, making the most use out of those audiences we talked about. The next thing you should be doing is scaling traffic on what is working. And probably the most important thing out of all of these right now is planning your future promotions. So let's go through the first thing, right? To cut ad spend on out of stock products. A lot of people that were drop shipping from China got really hurt with this because they continued to pay and promote and try to sell stuff even when nothing was sure about COVID and factories in China. And they got a bunch of sales, thought they were doing business as usual, and then got stuck with all of these orders that weren't being fulfilled. What does that lead to? Either a lot of refunds or a lot of chargebacks, most likely a lost business, if not, at least a lot of lost money. So what you don't want to do is waste money trying to sell products that people can't get. Like I just said, it's easy to burn money fast, and you want to cut this spend off before it becomes an issue. So what you're looking at on the screen right now on the right is a screenshot of one of our Google ad accounts, and it's inside of a Google shopping campaign. And the way that we set these up, by the way, I teach this all in the Dropship Blueprint, but the way we set this up is we make our product groups actually be the individual products. So when, let's just say something sells out and the supplier tells us, oh, this might not be back for the next 3 months, all we have to do is go into our Google shopping campaign, go into our product groups, and then you see they all have the green circle around them. They're all turned on. We literally find the product, turn it to paused, and that's it. Money stops being spent. So again, this is one of those things where money will keep leaking out, your profits will go down, and it could put you out of business and get you negative reviews if you keep selling stuff where there's not a clear ETA. And the best way to do it with Google Shopping is to set up your account like this. It's not set up like this by default when you set up a Google Shopping campaign. So make sure when you go in there, you use your products as product groups. Now, one tip, this is kind of extra here, is this is relatively new, maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks. For all of those products that you're going to stop paying to advertise, you can still now promote them for free in Google product listing ads. I'm going to do a podcast on this next week, but basically what Google did is make Google product listings free, but Google product ads are still paid. So what that means, again, I'll break it more down in the podcast because there's a lot more I want to share about this and what it means. But with the free Google product listings, you'll be in the Google Shopping tab. below the product listing ads. So if you have something that you're okay with selling that's back ordered or collecting leads for, it doesn't mean just cut off traffic to that page. It just means stop paying for it. So any questions about this and free Google Shopping, again, let me know in the comments and we can answer that at the end. Now, the next thing that you definitely want to be doing, again, regardless of what you're selling online, is investing in remarketing. Because like I said, people are still buying. It's just taking some a little bit longer. So we talked about in step one or in strategy one, which audiences to make. Now I want to talk about what type of remarketing content to make and what type of remarketing ads to post to make sure you are getting the most money out of your store during this whole pandemic or whatever you want to call it. So in terms of investing in remarketing on the content side, this is a great time to collect UGC. User-generated content that you can use for your ads. What you should do is reach out to your past customers, just send out an email. If you don't have many customers, just call them. What you want to be asking for are reviews. They can be text, photos, or videos, depending on who your customer avatar is and who your demographic is. It might be easier or harder to get videos or photos, but if you can get them, that is always what you want, because I'll tell you, some of our best remarketing ads are user-generated content. This example on the screen right now is from Purple. They sell mattresses, and this is, one of theirs. Like they have really great ads, but literally it's one of their customers showing off the bed in her bedroom, and it does amazing for them. So this is a great time. Again, put together a content collection strategy, whether you're doing it yourself and reaching out to your customers, or maybe you even hire somebody for the next month or so, or you hire somebody as a contractor off Upwork and have them start reaching out to people, start building this database so you can start remarketing right away. So as far as your ads and the remarketing ads that you should run, you want to create ads for Facebook, Instagram, and Google. When I say Google, I mean Google search. I mean Google Content Network, so display network, so the image ads, and YouTube. And what I want you to do is allocate 10% of your marketing budget for remarketing. So if you're spending $5,000 a month on ads, take $500, put it into remarketing. If you're spending $100,000, take $10,000 and put it into remarketing. It scales with you. Now, not showing off, and I really hate showing numbers because people are annoying. But the screenshot on the screen right now is one of our Facebook remarketing columns where it shows website purchase return on ad spend. And this is showing how much we get back for our top remarketing campaigns using those same audiences that I just showed you how to create and using user-generated content for remarketing. So the top one, 366.22. That means in that campaign, for every dollar we spend on ads, we get $366.22 back, which is insane, but that's what good remarketing can do for you. So take 10% of your ad budget, put it into this. Now, next thing, which again should sound obvious, but you want to do it right, is to scale traffic on what is working. So as you get a clearer picture of your inventory for the best-selling products, and you know what products are selling best during, again, this whole COVID thing, you need to be sure when you're increasing your max cost per click in Google Shopping that you're doing it on a very small percentage every day. Because what I've made the mistake of doing in the past, you see things that are working so good and you're just like, well, okay, my max cost per click is 40 cents and I'm getting, all these clicks every day and my return on ad spend is 20x. This is amazing. I'm just going to go ahead and let's just say also my search impression share is only 50%, right? So that I'm missing out on half the traffic. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make my max CPC 80 cents. I'm going to get everybody. And then you do that, and the next day you have terrible return on ad spend, or your ads don't show for 3 days, and it just breaks everything, and it's hard to revert. So what I recommend you do is go up maybe 10% on your max CPC on what is working. Go up, let it run, see what happens, and then the next day make another change. But Google, Facebook, not as much anymore. It's not as bad as it used to be, but often big changes cause breaks. So be careful and don't get too excited and just double your budgets overnight, at least not on Google Shopping specifically. Okay, the next thing that, again, is so important, and yes, you should be doing this now, is planning your future promotions. So what you want to do is give your website visitors a reason to buy from you over the coming months. I want you to start planning your future email marketing campaigns, your Facebook ads, your Google ads, because like I said, even now that we're getting so much more traffic for the same price and we're still able to maintain the same return on ad spend, we have all of these buckets, these audiences of people that are basically like extra traffic to us now, call it free traffic, that are sitting there that haven't bought yet. And again, my opinion is they haven't bought because they're not comfortable with the economy yet. So what that means to me is I need to make sure that our next few promotions are just outstanding, like the best we've ever had, because those people are going to buy, again, when they feel comfortable. And in my opinion, that's going to be over the next coming months. So some things you could do is reach out to your top suppliers or the companies you work with. Let them know, hey, I'm planning a 4th of July promo or a Labor Day promo, whatever the next ones coming up are, and see if you can work out any deals directly with them, right? Instead of you just saying, oh, it's the 4th of July, everybody gets 10% off. See if you can negotiate things with your suppliers and work directly with them. Maybe they say, oh, we actually have this old inventory. You can get, 20% off if you sell it all. You need to see what's available. You need to make sure you are really capitalizing on your relationships with your suppliers, who again, many of them are going to be looking to move inventory as well. So let's do a recap, guys, and then we're going to get into the questions, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this new e-commerce lifestyle program. The quick recap of the 3 things we just covered in how long? That's crazy. I said it might be about 45 minutes. It's been 46 minutes so far. The 3 strategies are building audiences. Again, we do this to bring down our ad costs and to bring conversions up. The second was store optimizations. What this does is turn more visitors into buyers. And the third is paid traffic, which allows us to scale up ads fast. And I'm curious, for everybody watching right now, do you want to implement these marketing strategies with me? If you do, type yes in the chat, because what I am talking about when I say the e-commerce lifestyle masterminds and implementation programs are actually the courses that walk you through how to do pretty much everything we do to market our e-commerce businesses. And the new program that we have that actually starts Friday is going to take everybody through exactly what needs to be done to increase sales now and to get more revenue and profit now. And that's why, again, I know it might be a tacky name, but what we went with is Get Money Now. So I'll tell you a little bit about this, and then I will answer any questions that come through. This is a program for, again, anybody that already owns a business or has a product to sell. This is for anybody that needs a quick boost in sales and profits. And this really is for anybody that's short on time and wants a low effort, high impact selling strategy to implement in their business. So for everybody that's either watching this now or watching a replay later, this isn't going to help you go from 0 to 1. This isn't going to give you a niche idea. This isn't going to help you set up your first Shopify store. Okay. This is for people that are already selling things, whether that's drop shipping, whether that's manufacturing, whether that's private labeling. This will help anybody that has something for sale and that wants to grow fast. So that's why I created this. What you're getting in this program is what I call a duplicatable selling system that you can use and reuse in your business. So again, for your next promotion, the one coming up and the one after and the one after, and in 5 years from now, when you have your, what it'll be, 2025 4th of July sale, you can use this selling system then. So in this program, you're getting copy and paste templates that we use for lead generation, the exact ones we use for advertising, the exact email copy we use for all those email campaigns I was talking about, and exactly how we do what I call offer creation, which is coming up with the things that will actually get all of those leads to buy. So the way that I'm presenting this program is over the next 6 weeks, there's going to be live 1 hour long training calls. I'm hosting them. At the end of those training calls, we're doing open Q&A where people can ask me anything. If you get in, you get lifetime access to the live calls, all the recordings, the notes, the templates. It's all on the members area of ecommercelifestyle.com for you. Like I mentioned, the ability to ask questions and any future updates that we put out, you get for no additional cost. So again, I went through this, but it's access to this brand new program. I know it's tacky, but I'm calling it Get Money Now. It's taught over the 6-week period. You're going to get access to everything, including recordings, as soon as every week wraps up. And my plan for this is to take all of these live trainings and turn it into a more refined flagship program that sells on e-commerce lifestyle for $997. So for everybody that enrolls now, though, you're going to save half. You're going to get $500 off and just make one payment of $497. You're in. I know if you have a dropship lifestyle store, this will pay for itself within 2 sales. So should be a no-brainer. And again, when that new refined version comes out, you're going to get access to that at no additional charge. So the itinerary for the next 6 weeks for everybody that is a member: first, we are going to be creating audiences. And what I'm going to teach in this training is how to configure email lists and cross-platform remarketing audiences. So actually going into my Google ad account, my Facebook ad account, and literally showing how we're setting this all up, right? Including Klaviyo. You're going to literally see step-by-step walkthroughs. Week 2 is about filling audiences. This is where I'm going to show how to use free and paid traffic to fill up your email list. Again, build out that email list and also build out your remarketing audiences. In week 3, we're going to be diving into creating offers. I'm going to show you how to work with suppliers to ensure you have something great to sell at an irresistible price. Week 4 is about promoting those offers, how to get those who will buy to see what it is you have to sell. Because if nobody sees your offers, nobody's buying them. Week 5, I'm covering what I call post-offer wins. Again, people neglect this. It's super important, but I'm going to show you how to make the most of your new customers and this huge influx of web visitors. And then in week 6, we're going to be covering offer optimization and future planning. So basically in week 6, we're going to be doing a look back at my ad campaigns, at your ad campaigns, and I'm going to show you how to analyze the data and create your next offer to be even stronger, because this is an ongoing process. So it starts, guys, the first actual live call is this Friday. It's May 15th. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you do want to get signed up for this, that's the link. It's a little bit tricky. It's not www. It's secure.dropshiplifestyle.com/now. I'll post that in the comments too. And this is just a quick recap of what's going to be covered each week in the program. So you can go there, check it out. Offer enrollment's open until Friday, because Friday is when the call starts. So can't have people coming in and not being able to show up. So let me hop into the questions, guys, and see what we have, what people need help with. So, okay, yeah. Regarding the Facebook remarketing and the engagement audiences, what I mean by that, and actually, here, let me do this. Let me pop my, can I do this? All right, cool. Can I move that? I'm literally learning how to use all these new streaming things every week, but here, I'm back. I'm on the screen. Yeah. So when it comes to remarketing audiences and building them off engagement, this is something I'm going to dive more into in this program. But a lot of the ads that you should be running, especially on Facebook and Instagram, aren't solely to get sales. So for example, let's say you were selling, I don't know, curling iron, right? Let's say you were selling high-end imported curling irons from Italy. Don't know if that's a thing. Let's say it was. Instead of just doing what most people do and making an ad, maybe using, stock video or something, just showing somebody using a curling iron and saying, get this, Italian-made curling iron in stock now, ships fast, blah, 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 click here to buy. Instead of doing that, especially now, because CPMs are down so much, like I mentioned earlier, what you want to do is make a video like that. Again, it could be from your supplier, could even be stock video you find, could even be that honestly you find somebody on Fiverr or something to make a video for you and just showing the best way to use a curling iron, right? Whatever it is, but more of an instructional or educational or even funny video, honestly, or even photo or meme. And then what you do inside of Facebook and Instagram ads, again, I'm going to teach this in detail in the program. But what you do is when you're promoting that, when you're putting money behind it, instead of having the objective be sales and conversions, you have the objective be engagement. So you're basically paying Facebook to show that thing to people that will most likely click that will leave a comment, that will tag their friends, that will share it. And what that's going to do is build up basically, you can call it a secret list. I don't even know if there's a term for it, but it's like this huge list of people that haven't even been to your website, at least the most of them, but they now have engaged with something on your Facebook page or your Instagram profile that's related to the products you have to sell. So, what are the benefits of doing that? The first is that it's super cheap to build these massive audiences of people. Like literally, if you have something that the message in that Facebook post or Instagram post, if that matches your customer avatar and you know who your ideal customer is, which again, I'll teach you that in this, then when you're promoting it, we've literally done this with like $5 a day budgets and got hundreds of thousands of engagements off one post. So the goal isn't you have to dump money into it to get it going. The goal is you create the right message for the right audience. It has that virality effect that the money starts off. And then now when you make this remarketing audience in Facebook and Instagram, you have 300,000 people that you can show those conversion ads to. Those ads that are now showing, get this custom hair straightener, is that what I said? Or curling iron, whatever it is, made in Italy, and it ships fast. And then you have that sales message. And what that allows you to do is get much cheaper conversions, even cheaper than I'm talking about already. So really bring down your ad costs in a big, big way. Let me see if we had anything else come in. Just closed it on my phone. Yeah, I don't know how to have both YouTube and Facebook comments open on the same screen. So I literally have to use a phone. Very professional, I know. Let me see if we got anything here. Loading super slow. I got some yeses over on Facebook, but I don't see any new questions that popped up there. Cool. So I guess, yeah, the only other thing I'll say, guys, if anybody has anything I haven't answered yet or I missed, go ahead and ask it. But okay, here we have one from Hai Fan Tien. Vietnamese. I lived in Vietnam for 3 years. If you are, I love your country. He says, hi, Anton. I have there you go. I have 500 pending orders, but can I put this? No. I have 500 pending orders, but my supplier ran out of stock. Is it possible to order these products to customers from Amazon or eBay? Is there any better option? So I don't know what you're selling, obviously. What I would recommend you do is literally like a cost, what is it even called? Like you have to analyze what the difference is in terms of how much money you're going to possibly lose if you were to either refund everybody or if you were to find another supplier, like arbitrage, like you're saying, somebody on Amazon or eBay and have them fulfill. My advice to you, this is what I would do. Again, if you're in that situation, I feel for you. The first thing I would do is reach out to anybody that you can find online that says they're selling the same products. So to make this up, let's say you were selling face masks. I would go online. I would try to find people on Craigslist, eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace that were selling the same face mask. I would contact them privately and I would say, hi, we're looking to place an order for 500 units and have them drop shipped. Like what would be the pricing? Is that available? Because if they have them, right, you can maybe pay them a little bit less than what they have them listed for sale for, a little bit more than your normal dropship cost, but at least you can get the orders out the door. So I would recommend that. If you get in a situation where things are just going to be super backlogged regardless, before just refunding everybody, I would just send an email to the entire email list. I would be super open and clear about it. And I would say, hi, customer name, due to COVID-19, we're experiencing these delays and the product is now estimated to ship on whatever date that is. We really apologize for the inconvenience. And if you would prefer a refund rather than waiting, please respond to this email and your refund will be issued within 24 hours or whatever it is, right? So you can give them that option. But that would be my advice. First, I would try to find somebody that already had stock in the States, if that's where you're doing business. I would not try to order them one-off and use that arbitrage model. I would try to work out a deal with someone that had them. If that didn't work out, I would then move on to emailing customers and giving them that option before just canceling everything. One thing people, I don't want to say make mistakes with, but because it is a big deal, right? So what a lot of people will do is email everybody and say, hey, customer, the product now isn't going to ship. He said, yeah, supply ran out of stock. So let's just say the product isn't able to ship for a month. Would you be willing to accept 20% off to keep your order as pending? And a lot of customers will say yes, but the thing is you don't have to say that because a lot of them are fine with waiting anyway. So don't offer money off. to start the process. Okay, we had a question from Facebook. I have it open here from Mario. Mario says, when shipping high ticket freight items, do you advise to choose insurance? And do you have a favorite freight provider company you recommend? So, Mario, I'm not sure if you remember Dropship Lifestyle, but I teach basically this in the program. Like, whenever possible, you want to have your suppliers ship on their accounts. That's true with freight as well. So, if you were selling for like the company that makes the stand-up desk and it ships via freight, I would try to have them literally arrange the freight shipment, bill me for the freight shipment, arrange the bill of lading, have the thing picked up, let them do all that. And then like they can handle all of it, right? If you're shipping on your own account, if they don't accept if they don't ship on their own account, basically, then what I recommend doing is using a company like freightcenter.com. There's a ton of different freight brokers. The thing that I've learned about freight brokers over the years is that pricing it's all over the place. And literally by working with multiple companies, you can save yourself a ton of money. So step one, try to get your supplier to ship on their account. Step two, try to use step two is ask then the supplier who they recommend as their preferred freight broker and see if you can get a contact. Because if you can, you might be able to get better rates that way. Step three is to use websites like Freight Center and other freight brokerages and use a whole bunch of different of those freight brokers to get quotes on the same exact shipment and see who's trying to rip you off and who's not. Hope that helps. Okay. Max says, hi, Anton. Will the Get Money Now course cover how to choose the best products from our inventory to advertise? Yeah, definitely. That's going to be in week 3, where I'm talking about creating offers. This is going to be both on a product level and then on actually making unique offers on your store as well. So yes, we'll be covering that. Marcin said, do I need to sign up if I'm already for Dropship Lifestyle? So yeah, if you're a member of Dropship Lifestyle, what I would recommend is if your store is already up and it's profitable and it's making you money and you want to scale it like with different channels, like different paid ad sources by making different offers, then I would recommend signing up for this. But if you're a member of Dropship Lifestyle and you're still in that early building process, then you're probably, I would say, I don't want to like make it sound mean, like not ready for this yet, but this is going to benefit people the most that are already set up with the store or really any type of online business selling a product that want to just increase their sales. So it depends where you're at with your store. Okay. What do we got here? Johnny said, hi, Anton. I started a baby shop recently. So how much should I set the daily budget for Facebook ads? How does the budget affects... And then I guess the question got cut off. Johnny, I talked about this a little bit earlier in the third strategy, but when it comes to whatever your Facebook budget is, I recommend using that for remarketing only when you're first starting. And I recommend your budget is 10% of the 10% of your total ad budget. So if you were spending, $1,000 a month on ads, I would say spend $100 on Facebook dynamic product remarketing. Obviously, the way budget affects things is it depends on, it affects things every way. So I didn't get into it too much into this training, but the first question I answered about building those like engagement audiences, that plays a factor into it. The objective you're choosing when setting up your Facebook ads, that plays a big factor into it. For example, and I apologize if this is like confusing or hard for me to explain without having like a slide for it or being inside of my Facebook ad account. But the main way it would affect it is, let's just say you were selling, you said baby products. Let's say you were selling, what's a baby product? I have a baby. I should know this. Let's say you were selling like the nursing chairs, right? For the moms, and your nursing chairs, you were driving traffic to from Google Shopping ads. Good. That's what I recommend. Then let's say you made a Facebook ad campaign for dynamic product remarketing, and you said, I'm going to choose my bidding strategy on Facebook as conversions, meaning I want Facebook to optimize for conversions being a purchase. And then you said, okay, Facebook, I want my budget to be $20 a day. Well, what's going to happen there is if Facebook can't get you conversions, meaning sales, at $20 a day, then that campaign's basically shot because it won't have enough data to do what needs to be done to actually find what your cost per conversion is, right? Because maybe it's a $500 nursing chair and your actual cost per conversion on Facebook will be closer to 50. If your budget's too small, then Facebook will never have that information for you. So again, I'll be teaching all of this inside of this new program, but what you would want to do in that situation is set your objective when making your ads as reach, meaning you're bidding for Facebook just to show your ad to everybody in your audience X amount of times a day over X days. And what that's going to do is ensure that they see it. And then, whoever's going to click it and buy will click it and buy. And then you'll get your actual number when it comes to your cost per conversion. So I know that's confusing without me drawing it out or being in the ad account, but that's the answer. Okay. Steven says, is this live going to stay on YouTube? I came late. Yeah, Steven, what I think I'm going to do is keep this up on YouTube probably until Friday. The reason I say that is because this program that I'm starting starts Friday at 2 p.m. So I don't want people, a year from now or even a week from now being like, oh, can I get in? Because it literally it's happening live, at Friday at 2. So yeah, I would say check our YouTube channel, youtube.com/dropshiplifestyle. Maybe, I don't know how long, I think the way it works on YouTube is once the stream ends, YouTube has to process it in the background, then it posts to the page. So maybe it'll be up, I don't know, in 30 minutes or an hour or so. And what I'll do is keep it up until Friday at 2 p.m. when the live class starts. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think I answered all the questions that came in. What I'll do is if anybody has any questions later, if you comment on the video, I'll definitely make an effort to answer questions. And I would really recommend watching the replay if you didn't get here in the beginning. Seriously, the stuff I recommended, it's not stuff that takes a ton of time to put into place. The goal of all of this stuff is to have these simple things you can maybe spend 30 minutes or an hour a day doing that can then help you to build your store faster and to get money now, even while the economy is down. So hope you guys found this helpful. I had fun doing it. And yeah, if you really, want to be part of this 6-week training, again, you're getting an awesome offer. You're saving $500 and you're getting the recordings, the ad templates, the email templates, and you're getting the finalized version of the course when it comes out too. So if you want that, that's the link. Go there and sign up. And I hope everyone has a great day. Hope you stay healthy. Hope you stay safe. And I will talk to everybody soon. So see you guys. Thanks for being here. And yeah, enjoy your, what day is today? Wednesday. See ya.